created all X's. I would like to say thank you to all my commenters from my last video, and here we go. Tracy Thompson, Kelly Bell, Denise McCoy, excuse me, Connie G, Linda Kleindienst, Liz Tedlock, Linda Craig, Lady R, Kaylin Francis, Drusilla Pendleberry, Shelley Key Xstitch, Don Tatman, Inez Harrell, Myra Beavers, Christine Every Stitch of Pleasure, Catherine, Ingeborg A Stitch Too Far, EJ Creates, Laura Reed from the Slovak Farm, Nicole Buckeye Stitcher, and it's Acre. Okay. Sheila Burton, Nadine Augustine, Karen Davis Macon, Jo Marie Hoggle, Southernmost Stitcher, Amy Loves Toads, One Stitch at a Time 46, excuse me, Linda, Blue Horse Yellow Cow, Jackie Dean, Ladybug Stamper, Marilyn Furlich, Tamara Bowen, Glenda Brown, Sheila Norton, Janet Prather, Lori Walt, Jane Krager, Susan Arrigo, Lady Dag Hart, Renee Williams, Amanda May, and Diane Marisi, I'm sorry. Okay, so thank you all, ladies, for commenting on my last video, and I'm sorry it has taken so long to say that. Thank you very much. I always comment on your comments to let you know I got them, and I really do appreciate them. But here's the magic cue, snap, thank you. So thank you very much. I have a lot of stuff to go through because it's been a long time, and I'm so sorry. But I will try to get better. I know I promise this every time, but I'll try. So, okay. First of all, well, since I have them right here and I want to make sure I can move them, get them out the way before I break something. I went yesterday, excuse me, and I stopped at one of the local thrift stores, and just to see what they had. And I found two items that I brought home with me. This one, I think this is, I'm not sure if this is milk glass. I believe it is. I've heard that it's supposed to be what it's called, milk glass, but I'm not sure what it is. But it's one of the little candy bowls, but it has these little things in here, and I've seen people put scissors in them. So yesterday, if you watch my Instagram, you saw I shared my scissor stash, and I used this. So I do have this, and I found this wooden, I don't know what this is. It's like I guess maybe a planter, or maybe a big candlestick holder. I don't know what it is, but I like it, and it's cute. It has to be cleaned up. It's this. It has to be cleaned up. You can see it's square inside, and you know, it has the four sides, but I like it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this up, and I think I'm going to paint it white. Go over it with some white paint, and then just I can put a little square pillow down in there. I think that'll work. So these only cost me, this one was $3 and this one was $7. So I think that was a pretty good bargain for the thrift store. Don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I got them. So hold on one second. Okay, I want to put those down before I knock them off my table. I've got, well, it seems like a lot of stuff, but once I get going through it, it may not be that much. Hold on one second. Okay, I've got some whips that I've excuse me. I don't know why this happens all the time. There's going to be crinkling because I didn't take it out of the bag. So just brace yourself. There will be crinkling. Okay, these are my whips. Now this one, my copy, the title of it was called Yin Yang. See, it says Yin Yang. I've seen it under other names, but I worked on it a little bit, and I got some more of this side filled in, and I did go through and finish all the outlining on this side. So all I have to do is fill in the rest of it. Let me get my board. I thought I was prepared to do this video. Obviously not. Okay. Now, here is my first whip. As you can see, I finished the outlining in black, and the rest will be filling in. And then I'll start on the second half. Okay. I also worked on, since my last video, I worked on the Owl Forest wheel. I'll show you where I am now. This is where I'm at now. I am almost finished. It won't be long before I have a finish. I have to finish up the whale's back and the rest of the water and the little boats. I think this is left down at the bottom here. You can see I've got that side finished. I've got this half finished completely. So I'm working on this side. So that's where I'm at on this one. I love that. I love that one. Okay, I worked on Sweet Freedom by Lindy Stitches. And yes, her name is not Lindy. But she did say she would answer to it. Her name is Stephanie. So, here is Sweet Freedom. This is where I'm getting to. I used the DMC Etoile to stitch her flower and her hair, and the spools of thread up here, up top. Those with the, but I didn't want to put the sparkly down in the actual flag and the her dress or anything. So I think it looks good though. Okay. This one is being stitched on, let's see, what have I missed? The Owl Forest, I changed my fabric, and I am using where's my tag? Oh, I know where it's at. It's in the box. Anyway, that'll be another avalanche of stuff falling. Anyway, I'm using Freya from Under the Sea Fabrics on the Owl Forest. I changed the fabric up because I liked this one better. That's done on Freya. The Yin and Yang is on a 22 count white hardanger fabric. Then this one is on a light blue 30 count linen. I'm not sure where I got it from, but that's what that is on. The next one I worked on is Christmas List. This is from Silver Creek Samplers, and it's being stitched on a 28 count Lakeside Vintage Light Exemplar. And this is where I am on this one. This is where I'm getting to. Okay. I would say I am about at the halfway mark. So I may be able to finish this if I work on it a couple more times. I may be able to finish it this year. If not, you know, Christmas comes every year the same time, so it'll be ready maybe next year. And who knows, it may even get FFO by next year. And I can hang it out when it's Christmas season. Okay, the next whip I worked on, this is a horrible video. But I'm just going to keep going and see what happens. I keep dropping things you would think I had never done a video before. And it's not like I'm a professional or anything, but you would think I'd never done it before, and this was my very first time. Okay, this is the next whip I worked on. It's from the old, on Wednesday we stitched black from Primitive Hair. It was a stitch along. This is the final piece that I've been trying to work on, but it is such, I worked on, this last thing I worked on was the witch. Okay, so I have her top of her broom, her head to her waist, but her dress is a big patch of black. And guess what? I have to repeat it on this side. So that's why it's not done. But I'm getting there. As you can see, this is supposed to be a, well, there's a spool of, and this is the thread, and it ties all the way over to here. And there's another witch on this side, same thing. That's a lot of black. And it seems like the more I look at, you know, things, the more black I have to, black stitching I have. I guess that's what comes with Halloween. Loving Halloween. My next whip I worked on is all are equal in depth. This, I get this chart from Etsy. It's from Dark Crosses is the name. I am stitching it on a piece of purple fabric that I get from Silk Weavers, Needleworker's Delight and Silk Weavers, and it's just called Purple. So I am stitching it with let's see, what's the floss? It's Classic Colorworks Colonial Copper. And I was doing a good job. I had a system going. But I ran out of floss. So I had to buy a couple more skeins of floss. But there you go. It's on purple. And it's And it has the words all are equal in depth at the top and bottom, but there's these vines, and the vines go all the way around. So this is going to take a little while, but I like it. I love it. I love that the gold on the purple. I think I made a pretty good choice on that one. And one of my last whips is I worked on a whole lot of love. It's from Hands-On Design, the Cool Beans series. Whole lot of love. And this is where I am now. I started working on this one, and of course, you know, with all my stash threads, I ran out of the blue. So this is where I'm at on this one. I know, it's crazy. All that stash, and what I'm working on, I run out of a color and go through my stash and it's not there. Okay, so let's see. Alright, I'll show you my current whip that I've been working on for about a week or so. And this is the chart I got from my friend Irene. It's from the Cricut Collections. You've seen this one before. I think I showed it in my last video, and I told you what fabric I was going to use with this. But I made a few changes because I made a mistake. I showed you a piece of fabric. It's from Leslie and from Under the Sea Fabrics, called Beach Walk. And I showed you it was only a portion of what I had originally. I used the first part on something else. So this was a smaller piece. And originally I told you I was going to have it oriented, you know, instead of this way, it would be oriented this way. Excuse me. Well, I put it on my Q-snap, and I put my needle binder at the top to remind myself which was the top of the fabric. And somehow I still got the fabric oriented the wrong way. Okay, so I was going to change the design a little bit. Instead of stitching this whole piece, what I was going to do was I was going to cut it in half. I was going to stitch just this house and these two of the buggies underneath the house. I was going to stitch the tree house next to it and a couple of the trees. Well, let me explain. This is what had happened. Because I had it oriented the wrong way, I wouldn't have enough space. Well, after I stitched the house, right? I stitched this house. First of all, let me tell you what I did. I like that quilt. I stitched the house. I stole the porch because there was supposed to be like I guess it would be just a extension, I guess you would call it, out here, and it was closed in on this side. But I didn't like that. I liked the porch from the other house. So I stole that porch and put it on here. So I like that porch. And then after I discovered that I wouldn't have enough room at the bottom to put those big buggies, I had to reduce them down to get those two on here. I decided, okay, well, I'll just park the buggies next to the house. If I had stitched them the regular size, this wheel would have been that tall. Who has a buggy that tall, big? You know, next to your house. So I decided I wanted those buggies. I love those. So I stitched them one over one. See? Now they look more proportionate to the house. Okay? So then I would end up with all this fabric on the side. So I decided I would steal this room from the other house and put it on this one. And this is the roof. And like I tell you, see, this was this room goes on this house. This one is just closed in. This porch I stole from this house, and this room I made it onto this house. Sounds complicated, but it's not. And this way I have room. I have room to frame it if I want to. I could put the tree house over here, the bird house. And I've got room to add trees. I want to put a few trees back here. So, Cricut collection, you did cross-eyed Cricut. Vicky Hastings, I love your chart. But I wanted to make it my own, so I had to change it up a little bit. But I'm loving those buggies. I love them. I think they're adorable. This is, like I said, being stitched on Beach Walk, 28 count Beach Walk from Under the Sea Fabrics. So, that is my current whip. This is what I've been working on for the last week or so, I think it was. And I'm really enjoying it. I do have some finishes. Okay, my finishes since the last time I showed you. This is, oh my goodness, I can't remember anything, and I put everything up. I put those charts up. Let me look in my iPad. Look in my X-Stitch program. This is House on Pumpkin Hill. So let's see, go up to H. Okay, House on Pumpkin Hill. This is from Stacy Nash Primitives. It's stitched on Picture This Plus Cashel linen in Twilight. And I finished it. It's sort of Halloween because it has the crows, but it's fall. And it has this little skeleton key down here, but this is House on Pumpkin Hill. Okay, and I finished this one. So I decided to work on my Coffee Quaker. And everybody has done this. Everybody in the world. I think I'm the last person to maybe get it finished. This is from Heartstring Samplery, Coffee Quaker. I stitched it on a 28 count Monaco that I coffee tea dyed using Vanna's coffee tea dye method and bacon based. I changed all my colors. And there we go. Coffee Quaker. First I drink the coffee, then I do the things. And that's how it is. So, I finished this one. Finally. The next one is this one is from Plum Street Sampler. This is the only one of the farm stacks that I liked, the animal stacks. It's Fox Few. I love those little foxes. I think they're so adorable. And I stitched mine on 28 count Lugana Astrius under the sea fabrics. It's a purple and light purple modeling fabric. I love it on this purple. Came out really good. And this was, I just grabbed fabric and start sticking it with charts because I don't know, because I can't. The next one is I'm terrible at remembering names for anything, so unless I have it written down I won't know what it is. Wool and Wisdom, and it's from another Cricut collection. I think I showed you this one in the last in my last video, and I told you this is the fabric that I was going to use. It's a 28 count Lugana Autumn Sunrise from Silk Weavers. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love that. And she's stitching right off of the sheep's back, and look at his wool. It's already in the color of socks or sweater. So I don't know where my camera cut off at. I'm going to try to, I don't know if I finish showing you her, but there she is, my last finish. I just happened to look up and my camera was off. I don't know why. This is my haul. Hocus Pocus, Halloween, Heart and Hand. That's one. The next one is Ye O Crow Sampler, Heart and Hand. Love that. Shakespeare's Peddler, Antique Locks and Keys. These I just printed from my primitive punch needle and primitive stitcher magazines because I want to highlight these, and then I want to stitch them. This is the primitive hair. This is Bridget Swan. I think that's how you pronounce that. But I think that's pretty. This one is another one from Primitive, no. Yes, the Primitive Hair. I believe in mermaids, which I do. I love them. This one is from Lucy Beam. Rebecca Nolan from Lucy Beam. Small Treasures. I like that. And I have some little antique buttons. Well, they're not really antique. They're store-bought antique buttons. I think I showed you this from Wild Violet Cross Stitch. This was her I think her initial, well, this was her chart that she had at StitchCon. I think I showed you this one. I bought them as a download. And this is Death Before D-Stash. Love that. Love it. This one I got from McKenna. I don't know if I showed you this one or not either. This is Matahari Mermaid. And I looked up this symbol. It says the symbol of fortune and prosperity. It's more like a torture, if you ask me. But it's weird, but I like it. So, thank you, McKenna, for that one. That was from her 1884 shop. Okay. I did receive the 2019 special collector's issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine Halloween. And as you can see, I've marked off quite a few little ornaments in here that caught my fancy. Let me just show you just a few. Witch Soup. And this is by Susanna Lima. Trick or Treat Couple. I don't want to show you the pattern, which I just did, but you can't see that. Oh, I think this one is cute too. Nevermore in the Crow. So I won't do a flip through unless someone wants to see it. Leave me a comment in my comments if you want to see it. Now maybe I'll make a video of complete flip through of that magazine. This is the regular cross stitch magazine for October. Same thing. Maybe I'll do a flip through of both of them together. So let me know if you're interested. Now this one is let's see. Here's just one page of ornaments, and I really like that one. But the other ones are cute too. I love that one. Okay, so if you're interested in flip through of those two magazines, let me know. Okay, so what was it? Oh, I would like to give a heartfelt thank you to Sheila from Sunshine Stitchers. She sent me this beautiful card, and I had mentioned to her, I asked her if she was interested in, you know, getting rid of her photo booth charts, you know, if she didn't want to keep them. I told her let me know and I would pay her for them. She just sent them to me. There's North Pole party pick, bacon and eggs. Oh, I love bacon and eggs. I think that is adorable. Pilgrim Pals. the old and the new. Snowmen. And she even sent whatever beads were left, she sent the beads to. This is Frank and Boo. And then this one is It's Fall Friends. She didn't have the picture, so I won't show you that one. But I love them. I love them. Thank you so much, Sheila. I really appreciate these, and I appreciate your beautiful note, and I love that card. So thank you, thank you. I bought this one at in Stitches. This was one of the stitched models, and it's from Plum Street Samplers. It's a friend loveth. It's a friend loveth all the time. Plum Street Sampler, and I got a couple of the General Arts threads. Now this one is stitched on 36 count vintage metal rule, but I think I could find something to stitch that on. Maybe something like Silky, my under the sea fabric. I won't take it out. It's a well, wait a minute. I will take it out. Actually, I needed to take it out of that plastic anyway. And it's a beautiful light pink modeling. There you go. It's a little bit of it. It's very light. This is on not monochrome, Lugana. So Lugana dye is a lot lighter than the linen and the Ada, but I like it. I like it. I really do. So I could use this as my neutral for this. Perfect. Okay, I get the last 3 of the Pattern of the Month series from Stony Creek. It's this one. This is what, well, okay, on the back you can see it's you can turn into, you can stitch it as one piece like that, or as a banner. You can frame it. So I've already gotten the, let's see, hold on a second, let me get them for you. They should be right here. This was the first one. This is the first one, the top portion. And then that one. And then that one. This one. These are the last 3. This one, and of course, bon appetit. Okay, so now I have the whole set, and this is the next freebies they'll have coming out. This one, actually, this one is probably out already. It's Joy, and it's the beginning of this banner. If you like those, love, peace, joy, go to Stony Creek, www.stonycreek.com, and look for their freebies. And you send it. You pay for shipping. They send you the hard copy. You pay for shipping. So, and then you may find something else you like, which would travel nicely with, with the free one, and you only pay for shipping for one. Good deal. Okay, so I think when I ordered those, I saw that Stony Creek had a Lugana 32 count Silvery Moon, which would be perfect for those. And it's a solid. It's not. There's no modeling on it. It's just a solid silvery fabric. You can't see it too well, but it is a solid light silver, like that. Okay. Now I could take something, maybe some Rit dye, and put a little bit on there. And the last thing I have is from Not Forgotten Farms. I found this in Stitches at our last stitch night, and I'm really liking this. I don't know why. Pardon the weeds, I'm feeding the bees. I think that's cute. And this is from Not Forgotten Farm. And that's my haul. One last thing. I spoke to Mitch Stitch, my Australian floss tuber, who was at StitchCon, and we had a little small conversation about her cross stitch stand, her lap stand, and it's made out of PVC pipe. Well, I tried that one. I didn't have enough pieces cut that were big enough, so that one didn't quite work. But she has a new one. And if you watch my video, you'll see that I did make my version of your lap stand. This is the bottom. This is how it sits on your lap. Well, it sits this way on your lap. And I can't show you because my lap's down here. But it sits this way on your lap. And what you're working on sits on top. So, there we go. Hers was in metrics. Her measurements were in the metrics system, so I just converted it to inches, and this fits on right on my lap perfectly. Sits in my lap. And I love it. I love it. So, yes, it did work. I worked it out. So, there's my new lap stand. And that's about it for me. Pardon all of the interruptions, the phone calls. When I started, let's see. I know everybody looks forward to a little visit from our lovable little Smokey. Smokey, Hey, come here. Come here, man. Come here. Oh, goodness gracious. He is so big. Look, Smokey. Look at the kitty cat. Look at that baby. Oh. Yep, there he is. And he's purring. It's Mama's baby. Yes, it is. You like that? Okay. So, that's it for me. I appreciate all of the comments I get. Thank you all for coming back and waiting on me to make a new video. I appreciate it. And until next time, keep making those wonderful little X's. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye.